next comedian is our last comedian and our tallest comedian, Patrick Riley.
Hey, it's enough! Yeah, I don't come to McDonald's and clap while you're working. Alright, I do sometimes. That's just because I'm a big McDLT fan and they don't have those anymore. I'm looking forward to the Shamrock Shake next week. Anybody ever have a Shamrock Shake? It's when they put the green food coloring in. Well, I used to live in New York and I was in Brooklyn and I went into a McDonald's on March 17th and I said, yeah, I'll take a Shamrock Shake. Because McDonald's used to advertise these on TV with like an Irish setter, and it was a real thing. So I said, yeah, I'll take a Shamrock Shake, and the guy said something in Spanish about not understanding what I'm talking about. And I got really, really angry. You know, like, I got so angry I went home and I watched Falling Down. You don't want to get into that kind of frame of mind. A funny thing happened on the way to the Forum. I was like, why the fuck am I going to the Forum? I don't even know what forum it is. Is it the Montreal Forum? Is it the World Economic Forum? Well, luckily, I was driving here tonight in a Prius, so I got here on time. And I found a great parking spot in the pizza shop next door. Brick oven. You have to bear with me. It's the first time I've done this. At this point, when I said bear with me, Andy Richter was supposed to come out in a bear uniform. Doug said we didn't have the money for that, and Andy's doing like Regis and Kelly now, and he's a big shot. I need to watch his performance, actually. But I was reassured I could do this recently when I had a conversation with Will Ferrell at the Tonight Show wrap party. He said to me, can I step up with these pizza boxes? And I said, sure. It reminds me of a conversation I had with Robert Plant a few years ago. I said to him, evening. He said, thanks, guys. I mean, the rock and roll spirit sort of transferred to me at that point. But it's good days now. I mean, God, am I glad Jay Leno is back where he once belonged. The guy's a genius, you know. Nothing relaxes me more after a hard day than going home, watching the 11 o'clock local news. That's right, 11, and then following that with a little bit of Jay. He does a monologue. Then I'm rest assured I can run to the bathroom and throw up. And then all the stress of the day, you know, the endorphins are just coursing through me at that point. If I make it through the comedy bits, it's more of a Jay laxative action. And if I get all the way through to the guests at the end, you guessed it, a Genema. No, but seriously, it's a great album by Phil Collins. Not as good as No Jacket Required, but it's before his real downhill 90s bit. Oh, did you hear about Corey? Corey died? I was pretty sad, you know? We hardly knew him. Rest in peace and all that, but for a minute there I thought it was the other Corey. You know, Cory Doctorow, the Canadian blogger who wrote Down and Out in the Magic Kingdom. I was like, man, I knew he was down and out, but I didn't think, and then I read about, you know, the other Corey. Anybody see Ben Stiller on that awards show the other night? Well, I'm an intern at Participant Media 2 days a week. It's not as good as Tonight Show, of course, but the next day, Ben Stiller came in, and he still had blue all over him. I mean, he'd taken some of the stuff off, but I guess it, you know, was staining him pretty badly, and he was blue. Luckily, the guy he was meeting with, the president of the company, hadn't seen the Oscars or Avatar. He didn't know what the hell was going on. He's like, what are you all blue for? You know, this is really inappropriate. We're a very serious company here. We make documentaries and so forth. And Ben was like, he was totally cool. He's like, dude, I'm a Cove Dolphin. And then the president was like, we're signing you, man. He's in Boston now, but I said, Jimmy, throw me a couple jokes. I'll give you some credit. And he came through with some doozies here. So just to close up, animal rights groups in France are urging French officials to make roads safer for frogs. He wrote premises for the Tonight Show. He knows how to pick it, but in this case, he was able to finish it off with the following. The officials refused, though, saying that the roads are, in fact, safe for the French people. The Israeli army recently canceled the raid after they found out one soldier's friend had posted details of the raid on his Facebook page. Authorities were even more shocked to find that the man thought his celebrity doppelganger was Zac Efron. And finally, for history buffs, officials in Australia have found what they believe to be a clipping of Napoleon's hair. After studying the hair, they say it was shorter and curlier than they had once thought. Thank you very much.
Give it up for all our comedians tonight. They were so good. Well, we decided to do this show. I mean, it was supposed to be like a very safe environment for all of us to come up and try some jokes. Most of us never done it before, and it exceeded my expectations. So I want to thank you guys so much for coming out, and hopefully you'll see us all in the future, in the near future, doing more comedy. So thank you guys.